let's get started. Alrighty, so the party, the party, such as it is. So you are gonna meet the hunters first, so you're probably gonna arrive late, a little late anyway.
I was presuming that the hunters meeting was going to occur first. Don't remember if we assigned a specific time or not, but just some point tonight.
Yeah, just gonna assume that you're like half an hour late and you're first handling that.
Okay.
So,
And I'm just hunting until then, so whenever we get to me, we'll just, however many hunting rolls you say.
okay, that's fine. So you may place yourselves, the two people that are definitely going. Bacon. News would filter to you after taking care of the oil stuff that there's gonna be a shindig with a new person you might be interested in meeting from out of town at the Toreador Elysium.
I would definitely go.
Okay. Then you are gonna be joining all three of you probably more or less at the same time. The big throng of vampires as people are filtering in. Andy, Aurelia, and the new woman would probably already be there. The rest would be arriving more or less the same time.
Can I roll politics when I meet David Gray?
You haven't seen each other yet, have you?
No.
No, we have
Encounter.
not.
Draclor, how much status do you have?
2.
And how much Anarch
Anarch
status?
status. 4.
Okay, roll at 7. We're gonna say that each 2 dots of Anarch status are gonna count similar to 1 dot of normal status for, you know, knowing about him. So yeah, intelligence, politics at 7. Yeah, no, he's a clan traitor. He lives in the Free State normally. He's a fuck up.
Oh, that may be interesting.
Do I know about him?
How much
Or
status
should I
do you
roll about
have?
him?
I have 3 status.
Okay, roll at 8. Okay. Yeah, you know about him. He's one of the newer kind of Ventru that are less about traditional aristocracy and more like the aristocracy that's born of wealth. And yeah, you have a pretty decent idea as to what kind of things he has done. Essentially at 3 you have a general idea as to what their pluses and minuses might be on their backstory. You don't know necessarily the details, but you have a general gist of which groups like them and dislike them more than usual.
So the Tremere hate him.
Yeah.
The Tremere have a problem and a great deal of suspicions, and some people claim that he has, you know, done things, except they don't go into details because once Tremere catch hold of those rumors, a lot of those people tend to decide to not talk about things like that anymore. But there's definitely something there.
You would also know that for some reason Tibroha like him. It's like he helps them or agrees with them in something.
He might be good material for conversion. Good to know.
Okay. Well, luckily for you, there are 2 Tremere Elders. Well, 1 Tremere Ancilla and 1 Tremere Elder in the room.
When I realized that, I like that. I tried to not do a gulp, but oh fuck.
Let's see. Aurelia's status isn't filled in. Roll at 7 for having heard about her, Bacon. And for Alexandra, roll at 9. Okay, you have no idea who Alexandra is. Aurelia? Yeah, she's a Tremere. She travels from town to town. She has some kind of a job with the clan central power structure, but you don't really know at what level or what kind. Definitely a Tremere,
Yes.
though.
Just act normally. Don't panic.
Did you used to be in Europe, Bacon?
Yes.
Roll a luck die.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, you've been in the same room before, once, maybe twice, but she doesn't seem to recall you because she's not really focusing on you. You might be okay.
Oh dear. With those flaws you took, sometimes might hit something.
I know that. That was the objective. My second character is always the weird one.
Okay, so yeah, people are filtering in, introducing themselves, and just discussing among themselves. You may present yourself to the guests of honor, really, and the host, if you wish.
I'll do that.
I would try to socialize, but try to avoid talking with the Tremere too much or being too much in their point of view.
Okay. So you walk up there. There's of course Andrew and two women you do not necessarily know, but right, you didn't roll for knowing about Aurelia. Why don't you give me a roll at 7 for Aurelia and let's Camilla. That's roll at 9 for Camilla. Yeah, she's some kind of an agent for the Tremere clan. And no idea
No
who this
idea.
woman is.
I'll introduce myself to both of them.
Okay, Camilla, let's see. Yes, some politics. You had 2 status and 4 anarch status, right? Okay. She actually stands up, smiles, and offers you her hand.
I'll take her hand and shake it. Good to meet you.
Yes, and good to meet you, David. What little I have heard of your exploits has certainly left me curious. She leans in and kisses you on the cheek, whispers in your ear, if you ever need the aid of the followers of Set, I'm gonna be staying in the city for weeks.
I smile and nod.
Aurelia stands up and offers you her hand as well. She looks mildly bored. David, good evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Aurelia.
I take it
I-
you're a new arrival then?
Yes, I'm only arrived yesterday.
Yes, that explains it.
It's good to meet you.
And you?
And then I walk off.
Okay. So, pretty much everyone introduces themselves. At about 15 minutes after everyone's arrived, Aurelia steps up next to you, Bacon.
Fuck.
Good evening. I don't think we've been introduced.
Good evening. I'm Milford.
Aurelia. I found it strange. I think pretty much everyone here, except the Nosferatu hiding in the corner, have come over and introduced themselves. Except you. As Bacon suddenly realizes he's made a terrible mistake. She's still holding your hand, by the way.
Well, oh yeah, this is a private party. It's not even an actual Elysium.
Yep. I must apologize to you then.
You simply forgot. The furious churning of brains as he tries to look for a way out.
How to avoid a panic attack? Please help. Where's my common sense?
It's gone! Bacon, it's gone. What
Have
was
you tried the box?
I think 5th gen was 8 blood per turn, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
I
about
believe
right.
so.
I should have left when I saw her.
Yeah, you really should have. There's no reason to stay there.
Nyaxi! Do you have the Twitch chat open?
I don't.
I'll copy
I
paste
do.
in my case.
I have it. Do you wish to accept assistance from the viewers?
I think the viewers want him dead.
I mean, what gave you the hint?
Bacon, this is
Yeah,
a tense situation. Time is moving in slow motion, so...
I have to say something. Fuck,
Yeah.
why I try to make a social character?
Bacon, let me give you a tip. If you've ever played The Walking Dead, silence is an option. Not the best, but it's an option.
And
Yeah,
as this continues, this is your the answer as you run out of time.
What's your current willpower?
Uh-oh.
Max. At
Which
8.
is 8?
8.
Okay. Your eyes are slowly narrowing in suspicion as the timer ticks down. This is not how most high status people act in these shindigs. You're being shifty, son.
Yeah, soon she will remember who I am.
Her brain is currently doing the wait, haven't I seen you before? Is that what you worry about? She might be, actually.
I don't know how to escape the situation. Even Milford wouldn't know how to escape the situation.
Her eyes narrow. Fangs extend, draw back in a sneer. Oh! Oh, no, 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 no. What have
Nothing
we
lower than
here?
a 6 on that roll.
You have been a very naughty boy, haven't you? Stealing books. I have acquired a particular dislike for assholes who steal books in the city of late. Do you still stay silent?
Knowledge should be shared to everybody.
I think she rolls for frenzy on this.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Is she gonna spend
Shit.
willpower?
No, she's gonna succeed. What the fuck? Should this 3 self-control?
Why not?
Watch.
No, she's okay. She's okay. She's okay.
Watch.
Please, please. I don't
You
want to
feel
die
her
yet.
grasp your hand. And then she squeezes. Roll to soak. This is bashing.
Okay. I can't soak that.
This is why you take fortitude.
Yep,
There you go.
that's discipline.
Okay. I'm gonna try and pull you closer. You used to try and resist.
Nope.
Okay. She, just with raw strength, pulls you into a cozy hug, places a hand around your waist, and starts leading you towards the private rooms. Let's go and chat,
No.
shall we?
Now I try to resist.
I see she's been learning from the master himself.
You are at a disadvantage, for you did resist initially. She
So-
already has you in her grasp.
The max buff is 10 for 4th gen, so it's 9 for 5th gens. And we're gonna say that it has decayed to her max buff at this point. So roll strength brawl to try and escape.
Theory, you can do it. Pretty easy.
Yeah, she rolled roll. Crap.
Okay, I have 2 dice.
You can do it. Just succeed on both. You're great.
Please, dice god.
You struggle feebly in her grasp. No, no, none of that. With me. No need to be rude. She looks over
I
her
think-
shoulder and locks eyes with someone you can't see. And just says, stop. She used to try and escape while she's dominating the hidden Nosferatu.
Yep.
Okay, she's gonna still be able to roll to resist, but we're gonna say it's gonna be at higher difficulty.
Give him a chance. His one chance.
Yeah, why not?
I'm assuming it breaks the obfuscate on the Nosferatu.
She's
Holy shit.
she's whispering. It's like a low hiss. So not necessarily, but we're gonna say that the Nosferatu needs to make a witch stealth roll as well to see if she stays hidden.
Can you
Barely.
spread
Do I-
on her?
Yeah.
So she's
I
gonna be
guess she
rolling
has
at an 8 for the strength check to maintain control. You just need to succeed,
Ooh,
Bacon.
here's your chance.
You can buff your strength, you know.
I will. Just a little bit so I get hungry next day. For that. Ooh.
Okay. You slip out of her grasp. What do you do?
Um,
Run for the exit.
I think that leaving the place where there's a lot of people, it's not a good idea.
Gonna head back into the room.
I think I prefer the safety in numbers
Okay.
than trying to run, then she just...
I need to take a look
Getting
at how
along.
many people you can contact with telepathic communication and how many people are gonna be waiting for you outside from the Tremere clan. Auspec 7, up to
That's a lot.
perception rating. Oh boy! She just follows
Yeah,
you
that's a
into the
lot.
room with a smile and sits down, looking at you the whole time without letting her eyes leave you. How does this make you feel, Bacon?
I regret my life.
I mean, you still have the thaumaturgy, right?
Yeah, let's see what I can do with that.
Okay. So, while that is happening, Constantine, Jackalor, are you doing anything in particular in the room? Just,
I'm mingling and trying to be social, you know.
okay,
Get
Constantine?
to as many people as possible.
I'd like to kind of take the opportunity to try to become acquainted with Baratu that are hiding in the corners. That is, if they're visible.
They are
can pierce their-
not. And the one that is here has obfuscate 5, so she can't necessarily be seen by you.
Alright, that's disappointing. In that case, I think I'll just casually chat with whomever I cross.
Okay. Yeah, the most important people seems to be the Tremere, who's actually looks rather forceful. He's trying to drag one of your clanmates for a private meeting. Or not the Tremere. And the vaguely Arabian looking woman sitting with your Primogen and the Toreador Primogen.
Huh. Do I notice my clanmate struggling to get out of her grasp?
You notice him jerk out of it and start heading back into the room.
Uh-huh. I'm not going to approach them, but I think I will definitely keep an eye out from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
The tradeways of the clan.
I mean, they're Ventru. They're trying to figure out whether he's worth the cost in status and assets to save him.
Yep. I'm on a certain no for that one.
That's fucking... Damn it. Jackalor. Such a cunt.
Never changed.
So, in the meantime,
Oh,
Um, in a certain bar, which seems to be filled with a lot of men who are sitting very straight backed, and there's a certain military way they carry themselves. The bouncer asks Vivian if she's 18 and can present some identification.
First, before that, did I get any hunting rolls in?
um, I'll definitely give you one.
Okay.
We're gonna go with one.
Yep. I don't know what point this is really happening at the night, so I was just leaving that up to you.
Yeah. Okay. How much are you taking from each?
All right. This could go really bad. And even if it doesn't, this could go really bad later. EV's taking risks. 2 per.
Okay. Give me a luck roll.
Theory, not as bad as 3. 1.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't know what that's gonna mean. We'll find out.
Heat ticker goes up by 1.
Quite possibly. All right. So how many people was 8?
The first one is for 1, and then every 2 above that is 1 extra, so 4.
That's 3. Oh, 4. 8 total. Okay. At least I'm pretty good on blood then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And spend 1 blood point to be Blush of Life.
Okay. The bouncer still asks you for ID. Having Blush of Life does not help to make 12 look like 18.
Yep, I know.
swear, officer.
I swear I'm 18!
I am just going to do. I am doing a passive thought scan on like the barkeep and such.
Okay. The barkeep is in on
How
it.
much do they know about what's going on?
They know that there are dark things in the shadows. They don't know specifics. They know that people that sometimes fight them gather here. And a lot of the tougher peeps are here, and there's very few people that don't know in the bar. It's almost filled with hunters, about what you would expect.
Good, good. I am bringing only 1 person with me.
Dougal?
My uncle. Yes, Uncle Dougal.
So the odds are about even, is what you're saying.
About if things go down real bad. Hopefully they don't, but we'll have to see how things go here. Yeah, I'm here for the special meeting.
Yeah, a lot of the people who are pretty definitely hunters are looking pretty disgusted at the idea of a little girl being used either as a ghoul or being a vampire.
Could go either way, who knows?
The barkeep gives you a skeptical look and then just sort of nods towards one of the tables nearer the back.
Thank you. Okay, Dougal, don't do anything rash here, okay?
Uh-oh.
The objective is to talk.
I understand. I sharpened the sword just this evening. All good.
We're hoping we don't need to do anything, Dougal.
I know. I haven't drawn it, have I?
But, you know. wait patiently.
They're waiting just as patiently.
Oh, I thought I was at a table by myself.
No, it was an occupied table they motioned you towards.
So, nice to see all of you. I don't particularly know anyone very well here, but I understand that you have understanding of things going on in a bit of a shadowier kind of field in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So, particularly, there is a situation going on towards the south where
Before we go
some
on, little girl, did that fucking owl send you?
no. Oh, do you know
Oh,
you know of uh were you involved with what happened with a certain person a couple years ago? That was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, I might
Thought
have
so.
been. Yes.
Ah, nice to meet you. He didn't really appreciate the thought in the what occurred, but I'm not here about him.
Well, we don't
So
appreciate people trying to drink humans in the middle of the street.
going to look around for a moment, just try and ensure that there isn't anyone in particular.
There's like one guy
It's not in
giving
the
you a
know right
weird
now?
look.
Make sure to check on him real quick. Is he not in the know? Is he just here for a bar?
Yeah, looks like. It's like, why the fuck did I take this route home tonight? What is this shit? Seems like a warehouse worker? Dock worker?
You know what? I'm going to try and do something that will be more natural. And I'm just going to try and introduce the thought of I should probably get out of here before anything too weird happens.
Yeah, he just leaves at that point. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's very fertile ground right there.
There we go. All right, I think we're safe from public. So, pleasure to meet all of you. Well, not really, but you know, trying to talk to everyone and see what everyone's pages are. Understandable about the being wary of people drinking people's blood. Um,
Yeah,
just
also the stab wounds and we think claw marks. That's not
that's
okay.
actually what I was here to talk about. In general, we don't do that for, I suppose you could say, our faction in this city.
Okay,
Yeah,
correct me
we
if I'm
don't
wrong. You
go like
spoke as
that.
if you're familiar with the owl cunt. He can turn
Yes.
into animals. Those look like animal dealt wounds.
Where in particular are we talking here? I might know the situation if I know what you're talking about, but as far as I know, the only thing that might be an issue like that is the alligators currently.
They point you towards the area near the conveniently placed Ouroboros symbol on the map.
Yes, that's actually what I was here to talk about. I was trying to see if you guys had any information on these people. We don't actually have a presence here, but apparently we some of our own people have been captured by this other faction and are currently kind of being tortured. So I was trying to find a location.
Uh-huh. They just have been leaving bodies in dumpsters. Like one every week or two, or like a month. It hasn't been
Jesus,
that
how have I
many
not
people.
gotten information there yet?
Been kept very quiet, and there's been like 3 bodies turning up that we've heard about and we've been listening. And it's probably been discounted as animal attacks as far as I know, because they look like animal caused wounds, and it's next to the swamp. So
Thank you for this information. It's really what I was trying to come here for. But, well, with you supplying that, is there anything that you guys want to know or need to go about things? And how against you are you on, like, peaceful coexistence?
Well, hand over the crazies like the old guy to us, and we don't have a problem with the rest of you. But
What
you...
exactly did he do that made you guys mad?
He was literally ripping into a woman in the middle of the street. Didn't you see the fucking newspapers?
Wait. You're talking about the him you know,
Yes, the
doing the
goddamn
deed?
local degenerate, as they called him.
So, that was actually a very willing action on all parties at that situation. Not many of us
Bullshit.
really approved. It really was. She is actually more into that kind of thing than he has ever been.
Give me a charisma expression roll. Enchanting voice and all the other buffs. Give it to me at 6.
Right?
So you're now the degenerate owl, Demi. That's your file among the hunters.
So I don't
mean,
really have anything for expression, but my charisma is eloquent. I don't really feel that was particularly eloquent personally, but
Yeah, no, but 5 is enough that they seem to accept this explanation for the moment and don't demand Demi's head on a platter immediately.
But yes, generally we really look down at anything involving such actions because, for obvious reasons, they tend to, both hurt people and hurt the fact that we're trying to not gain much attention.
We're not stupid. We know you're not like the assholes who were here previously, and thank you very much for getting rid of them, since I assumed that was you. But, just be aware. We are watching. We're always watching. And we will kill you if you try that kind of shit.
Ah, that makes me very happy, actually. Thank you. Well, yes. So that previous faction that you're talking about, and that you seem to know about, we suspect that they've actually tried to come back over here, and that's what's going on towards the south. You have locations for these incidents and such. I can try and figure out where they are. I would really appreciate if you know yourselves where they are to not take any action until I can get my people out.
We'll take that under
Helped quite a bit.
advisement. He turns to one of the other people and says, Hans, see if you can requisition a flamethrower.
Hans.
Just nods and heads over to the bar. The bartender gives him a phone. He's calling
Doesn't mind any of
someone.
this. I'm actually somewhat surprised. Not too often does this kind of meeting happen very peacefully, and I was fairly wary about it. But it's a pleasure to meet all of you. Is there anything that is going on your sides that we need to try and worry about or anything? Or do you need any info from me?
Well, there was a trailer park that had about half a dozen and change people turned into a people salad. But that's not really vampires. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
At least we
Yeah,
assumed it
that had to
wasn't.
do with something that you guys have a hard time dealing with that kind of supernatural.
Oh, I don't know. Enough firepower. We'll deal with pretty much anything. You just need a good squad and assault rifles. And plenty of extra clips.
Well, if it'll help you guys out, the base of what happened there was actually, I tell them, the location of that horrible hive of shit. Which, if
Hans
I remember
comes
right, is
back.
like, several hours drive from here.
Wasn't quite that far, it's like in the
But-
burbs somewhere, but yeah, it's a ways off.
It's way over there. Yeah, they had a lot to do with that, but I wouldn't recommend trying to do too much, especially with a very far distance. Just try and avoid it would be my recommendation.
And tells the others as he sits down, Jim from the quartermaster says he can cook the paperwork to check one out for a training exercise for like 2 days.
Okay, well, should we try and make a way to try and contact each other? That way we can hopefully avoid too much unpleasantness.
Just leave a message with the bartender.
Okay, if that's what you want to do. Well,
And tell the owl we will come for him eventually. I'm sure he has other sins.
Hey, Lomaro.
Let me roll a luck die. On a 1, one of them decided to check the trunk.
Don't worry, I got this. I got this.
Okay, they are Marines. They don't generally check cars routinely when people come to talk, so you're good.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you. My name is Vivian. If you have any other information or anything, go ahead and leave a message at the XX Tower.
Okay. Okay, fine. Before
Currently
you
going
go,
rebranding.
important note. We are not gonna fuck with you unless you give us a reason. But for the past 10 years, there's been these Society of Leopold dudes sniffing around town. So, if someone gets torched, it's not us.
Okay. I'll try and check up with you guys if anything starts looking like it'll affect, things too badly for the human side as well. Other than that, we'll try and avoid, causing any real issues. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, pass on a message to the
Guys,
owl.
have a nice night.
Tell him that burning down his own lair isn't gonna fool us.
Don't worry, that wasn't him trying to fool you. That's actually a bit of a marital spat going on.
Marital.
Congratulations, you just looked into Vivi's mind and saw how she sees this whole interaction.
Dougal seems to have relaxed at this point and goes over to the bar and asks for a pint.
Well, other than that, I have another meeting to get to eventually. Did you guys, have any plans to try and start storming anywhere down there or anything like that?
If we find an address and it's daytime, we'll probably go in. Judging from these fucks, there's a good chance they're gonna be in a nice abandoned place, which, well, no promises
It's
on
pretty likely.
coordinating with you.
If you could, I would really appreciate it if you guys could try and avoid killing any people that are currently like being tortured or anything like that. Try and help them out. Yeah, I think there's some normal people mixed in as well. So, but I do understand if that can't really happen. Thank you for the information you've given so far.
Dougal puts the empty mug back on the bar. Wipes his face. There's still bits of bear foam in his beard.
All right, ready to go, Dougal, or did you want to stay around and enjoy the bar?
No, I'm ready.
Okay. Well, have a nice night, everyone.
Is your aspects on?
Literally.
There's a whispered conversation about whether they can convince you somehow to give them the intel on the location. Or use you to somehow pinpoint it, etc.
While I was doing the same to them. Ah, secret plan. Not really secret plan. Just trying to get info here.
Yes, General. It was a test firing of the Flammenwerfers. We need to test them to make sure they still function.
Yep. All right. So I'm presuming that they're doing just a surface scan of things. It appeared everything was,
They're not planning
more
to
or less
fuck
how they
you,
presented
as
it.
far as you can tell. They're not really that, complicated in some ways, as far as hunter cells go. You have a fairly straightforward approach. You fuck up, you get shot to pieces, mostly.
Okay. Not the worst one hunter cell ever, actually. I'm more worried about Society of Leopold then.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking shank anybody. Peaceful talks, what the fuck is that?
You
Fuckers.
You do catch a glimpse of, Society of Leopold. Not their appearance so much as a thought on them in general from one of the people you were talking to. Essentially, it's not a huge group. They think there's like 5, 6 from them. And the number just, varies from year to year, but that's just like a small group. Trying to discover the secret societies of Satan and purge the evildoer, etc. Apparently, their eagerness to prioritized the city kind of vanished soon after the Sabbat left and things quieted down. Though the local degeneracy didn't help, they were interested in the old man.
I'm writing up some
All right.
status over here.
Of a certain type, yes.
Hey, as long as people know me.
All right. So, off to the party.
Okay. You arrive at the party. Are you carrying... Havdan in?
No, he'll stay in the trunk for the moment. I was going to see about acquiring assistance here.
Okay. The
Besides, he's
fledgling
comfy.
lets you in without a problem, but he tries to stop Dougal. Dougal does not seem happy about this. What do?
Do I bring Dougal in regardless? Make me such an asshole in some ways.
Do it.
Dougal, if you don't mind, can you actually make sure no one tries to do anything to the car? We have some sensitive matters there, if you remember.
He nods, smiles at you, then glares the fledgling vampire in the eyes and just says, "If anything happens to her, it's your hide." And walks off.
That is how you defuse a situation.
So the prince has arrived.
Dun-dun-dun.
No one was expecting it either. Well, just kidding. Some people thought I'd arrive at some point, but
Camilla just waves at you from across the room when she notices you.
Camilla! You're just
Vivian!
gonna make a beeline right for her.
She stands up.
Going up, gives her a hug. Nice to see you
Yeah, she
again.
happily scoops you right up. She doesn't mind putting on a show. She's a friendly Setite, like most of them.
I knew she would enjoy putting on the show. How have you been? Are life
Good,
treating you well?
good. Yes, business has been excellent. How about you? Prince now.
It's been pretty tough, to be honest. All of these things keep just popping up everywhere, trying to
Well,
handle it all.
that is fine. I'm here now. All you have to do is ask.
Hmm.
Concerned
see you
looks
again,
from
Camilla.
everyone here.
The city is in danger.
I mean, it's just a
So, what
Setite
brought you to
elder.
the city, though?
Well, I heard you had taken over. I thought I'd stop by, see if you need my help. Thought I'd stay for a few weeks if you don't mind.
Not at all. Just, of course, try not to make anything go on fire or anything like that.
Don't
I'm
worry,
dealing
I'll
with plenty of
behave
those.
myself. I know how you are.
Thank you. All right. So who the host here? Hermitage
Andrew,
again?
she gestures towards Andrew. Andrew just smiles with that. It's a little forced and just nods to you. My prince.
Nice to see you again. So is that investigation going fairly well then?
Which one? The one with the police? Kurt handled it.
No, I was talking about Kurt's investigation onto how things ended up happening there.
You're asking Andrew this.
He's having a party. It appears the investigation must be over.
Andrew
Why
just
wouldn't I ask
shrugs.
him this?
Kurt hasn't raised any issues. I think he had Jeanette in here to check the carpet. I think they actually took a piece of it. I don't know, it's in the other room.
Oh,
They
okay.
were messing around with it. I don't know what he did. I'm sure if he had an
That's no
issue, he
problem.
would have
So-
raised it.
It looks like you got quite a few people here.
Yes,
Good job.
yes.
I'll see about making this an Elysium pretty quick here. I've just been very busy, you know.
Yeah, it's been very fun. It's just there's this smell I can't quite place. I think the Nosferatu primogen is somewhere in here.
I will not say anything there. Because I don't care if she's here. Well, I was going to try and get into a meeting with a couple of different people anyway. Is there any Tremere here?
You look around. Aurelia is essentially giving a death stare to one of the new Ventru, and the librarian is here as well.
Ah. I'll go see about talking to them about a matter at the moment. See if they have any options available to try and handle something.
Hey, which one of them do you go
It's
to?
wonderful to see you, though. I'll be if you have any questions, just don't be afraid to ask. All right, Camilla?
She just nods. Of course. I've already gotten to know so many fun people.
There's a lot of fun people here. I suppose I would actually go over to her first, but that's just because this actually probably involves something that would be higher up than a regular Tremere.
She doesn't pay you much
hello.
attention. She seems to be paying attention to. Essentially, she doesn't take her eyes off Bacon's character. She just says, "Yes, hello. I'm sorry. A little distracted. What can I do for you?"
Yes, I can see you're very distracted. So there is an issue right now. Just, do you guys have a way to get somebody out of torpor?
The Blood of an Elder can usually do it, I believe. But
What if it's somebody that's particularly low generation?
then you need someone even higher on the totem pole. I can't
Not
recall
sure
the
who
exact
here-
math off the top of my head. I think there was a treatise I saw somewhere or heard about at one point that had it calculated out, but
Well, I was just trying to find out if there was a way to try and wake up Halfdan. He got torpid recently. Trying to keep him safe. Apparently, he's still in danger from some issues at the moment.
Oh, that's such a shame. I would be so very interested in helping with that if he had agreed to owing those boons to whoever the new regent is.
Oh, there was some kind of deal?
Yes, I was gonna expedite getting rid of William and prioritizing his input for whoever ends up taking over to ensure, peace, prosperity, etc. Cranes her neck to make sure she doesn't let the Bacon's character leave her line of sight. But he said no. I think he might have an issue with owing boons.
Yeah, he seems to like trying to avoid those. Do you guys actually have a way to actually help him at the moment? Or sometime soon?
I'm not aware of a ritual that can do it. It should be. I think it should be theoretically possible with thaumaturgy, but it's not something I would be able to do. I'm not even sure it's been developed.
Well, I just figured I'd ask with you guys first with how connected you guys are. If you had an elder in a nearby city or something that could come and help out, or
Okay,
a
fine, I can
ritual or
probably
something like
help,
that.
but either you or he has to make it worth my while. And by that I mean help establish the clan in this city in appropriate ways, because...
Oh, I don't
Okay,
mind. I enjoy trying to get people to make a prosperous and peaceful location. Particularly the latter part a lot. But as long as, we can try and get that to work out, I'm more than willing to see about, boons or anything.
okay, Bacon, what is your current willpower?
But I forgot that was with it. Yeah, 8. You forgot an 8.
Yeah, you hear a thought just snake into your mind. I know what you've done. I know you've stolen from us. The whole clan already knows about you. You're a dead man walking. Even if you manage to walk out of here tonight, your days are numbered. I just want you to know that. Very well, my
He
prince. I think we can discuss this. There are private rooms over there, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ventru
We go to the
seems
private
deeply
room.
uncomfortable, the one she was staring at.
Huh. Well, as long as nothing too bad happens, it's fine.
Okay. I think so. When she just leaves, slowly go for the door.
And start running.
Yep.
Roll a luck die, Bacon.
Fuck.
Hey, you hear
So I need to.
footsteps behind you.
Oh no.
Shit.
Wait, don't go, what's wrong?
Don't you enjoy the party?
Do you want to pick up speed, Bacon?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. I need to fortify my apartment. I need flamethrowers. I
You
think I
know,
will burn all
as
my
you
resources.
reach the bottom floor and look out on the parking lot, there's 5 figures there. Possibly waiting for you.
Out to the parking lot then.
Okay? So, what are you doing?
Let me read exactly what some stuff here on the book. I would forgot stuff.
You can probably kill them all, honestly. They might not all be
I don't.
vampires.
Let me see what presence actually does and if it affects everyone.
Do you have majesty? Because that might help.
Yep.
Oh.
You could just walk out there
Yeah.
and proclaim that you are fucking fabulous and they should fuck off.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I would do that. I just walk off the building. I wait to see if they are going to act against me or just approach me.
Roll initiative.
Damn.
Surprise, gang.
Holy shit, you're right.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not surprised. I was waiting for it.
He knows exactly what was coming. She as good as spelled it out to him. So, Milford, declare.
Majesty.
Okay. I think we said that you could activate that reflexively. You just need to spend a willpower on it. So is there
Yeah, we
anything
did
else
say
you're
that.
doing?
Uh,
Full
I
defensive?
will just. Yeah, it's a good idea.
I mean, surely they're not stupid. Yeah, no, it's machetes, not firearms.
That's less shitty. How far are they?
Uh, they're not that far from the door. Essentially, you know, the ghouls aren't gonna be in attacking range this turn. They're essentially gonna be able to move up, but they won't have enough to also act. So you're just outside easy melee range.
Okay, so the goose can't hit me this turn, but probably Charlie can do something this turn.
Yeah. Good. Good assumption.
Yeah, I will go full defensive and Majesty.
Okay. Charlie's gonna use Lure of Flames 5 on you.
Damn.
Expecting that.
And the ghouls are gonna essentially move within 2 or 3 meters of you, out of the range where they're necessarily gonna get, you know, nuked. Unless Charlie doesn't place it rather well. So the ghouls move up. 2 successes. Roll a luck die to see if one of the ghouls gets singed. Nope! Bacon, roll your fortitude to soak.
I believe it's difficulty 8.
It's difficulty 9 and it's 3 ag.
Per turn if it's on fire. Let's remember.
Yep. Also, remember how that works. Once it latches on, you can just feed more blood into it to keep it going. I also need you to roll for Rotrek, Bacon. Difficulty
Pick up
7.
courage.
I have courage.
Somebody's burning.
Okay. Just roll all of them to see how long you last.
Wait, I rolled wrong. It's 4. I misclicked.
Okay. Keep rolling. And Emperor is right. Should have gone path of mind.
Or Path of Mercury. Just teleport out. Learn from the greatest.
You wish.
I wanted something that made sense with the backstory. So he went
Not
for forging document.
Okay, you activate Majesty. Make sure you take down the willpower point. And, well, let's see if Charles can roll to resist for next round. No. Okay. So he's gonna have to roll courage to act against you. He can't just nix the presence. Ghouls are just gonna have to roll courage when they're attacking you. So what is your charisma plus intimidation, Bacon?
7.
Okay. Okay. So next round rolls around. You are very much on fire. What do?
Fortitude.
Okay. How much are you activating?
3 fortitude.
Okay. Good, 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 good.
And I try to get out of here and to say fuck off.
Gonna start running.
Yep.
Let's look up the table to see if you are hurt in terms of... You're currently at hurt, right? Because you soaked one.
Yes.
Then you can still
Yep, you got two.
move at full speed. So, first let's see if Charles succeeds his courage. He does. And then let's see... One ghoul fails. One ghoul succeeds. Succeeds. And fails. So you're gonna be dealing with 2 melee attacks. I'm gonna say that they're +1 difficulty because they're trying to avoid getting burned by the flames that are clinging to your skin at this point. 1. 2. So swords are essentially +2. You're gonna need to roll soak there to soak the 2 that are left after your buffs. And Charlie's gonna have to spend a blood point to keep the fire going. Doesn't do anything. Okay, yeah, no,
You're
you
good.
take off running.
I think Charlie can just keep up with him unless he's particularly faster.
It's gonna be a Dex Athletics contest. And essentially you need to break free of Charlie because he can just keep feeding blood into the fire now that it's latched on. And he can outlast your fortitude and burn you.
One more egg.
Okay. Well, that leaves you in a rather shitty situation, Bacon. Because you start...
Ignore wound penalty.
Because essentially you start running into penalties for movement.
Fuck. I think I'm going to die.
You do have I think he has a destiny point, doesn't he?
He does. Okay,
Wait, we got a new destiny point.
yeah. Because
Yeah, you guys got a new destiny point with the new character. Yeah.
Okay, 3 of the guards are well and truly out of sight. It's gonna take them more than 1 turn to catch up. Charlie is right on top of you. And 1 of the guards is within line of sight. He's gonna be within striking range after a turn. So, yeah, let's arrange it like this. There. There. So, Bacon, what do?
I burned the rest of my blood on fortitude and willpower to ignore wound penalties and continue running. Fuck. I shouldn't come to the party. I would the fuck that elder premier from Europe is here.
Let's see. Yeah, Charlie is resisting the commands. And, well, he's able to keep up. But we're gonna see if the ghoul is forced to fuck off. He's still keeping up. Other than spending blood on fortitude, were you taking any other actions? Were you running or were you,
Running.
Okay, are you spending a willpower point to ignore
Yeah.
wound penalties?
Yes.
Okay, then give me a contested Dex Athletics roll. For Charlie,
Athletics.
I think the guards had 7 as well.
Oh, then.
Why is yours so low?
Actually, it's lower.
For Dex Athletics?
No athletics. Yeah. Full penalties. Oh no, I'm ignored them. Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, you're fine.
You had
You don't
6
take the wound
before,
penalties right now.
so...
Oh, I don't have athletics. And that was the goal. I missed that. Fuck.
Then you are screwing up somewhere. You know what, it doesn't matter, just... Then it's just 2, right? Well,
Yep.
fuck it, we're not gonna retcon, we're gonna say the last of the guards falls behind. Next round comes around. Charlie is at this point keeping like 10-15 meters between you and is just kind of following you at a mild distance, watching you burn. What do you wish to do?
Ignore wound penalties, continue running.
Okay.
Close place with water, preferably.
It's probably the river, and you're probably not gonna make it there if you don't get rid of Charlie somehow.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. Oh, he's gonna... He's still keeping up. You need to roll to soak.
Boy, all that blood is pretty much gone, ain't it?
Should have killed the teenager.
Make yourself for a fault.
You know, lest we forget, Bacon somehow always manages.
And Bacon is now
Crippled.
fucked.
And back.
You're at crippled, right?
Yep.
Would you like to spend a destiny point to be saved?
Not sure. I think that is a divine sign saying that my life will be painful.
An advanced sign, huh? Okay.
When I created the character, I thought, huh, if we are going to die, let's have them hate me. Nope.
You know, you could
Bad
have
idea.
tried to kill Charlie, in all honesty.
With
Or just
what?
giving him a hug.
Yep.
You could
You
have
were
gone
on fire.
like,
You were a weapon.
used a dread gaze or something on him.
Honestly, grappling him would have been one of the best things because he likely doesn't have fortitude, unlike you.
Yeah, grappling
Yeah,
him. Good idea.
I'm going to grab him with my choose strength brawl. That will totally not avoid and get away.
The
and
problem
start
is,
continuing
once
to
all
run.
the ghouls fell behind, Charlie started keeping enough of a distance that he can just rush him and grab him on the same turn.
Yeah, that was the issue then. I would have done it with the ghouls around you. But that's just me.
Spend the destiny point. I can kill him later. If I keep the destiny point, my next character can have 2.
No.
Oh, yeah, let's burn it. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Um, let's see. Could be him. Probably not them. Them. Could be him, I guess. So that's two options. Three that I can think of. Four. Roll me a 1d4. Bacon. That's at you. Roll me a 1d4 so I can figure out
sorry.
who rescues you. Okay then. Did that not spawn? Is it glitching for me? Excuse me, allow me to reload. Yep, no, that was, that did in fact spawn. There we go. Good, good, good. So, a shot rings out. So let's see. That's 10 dice for dexterity firearms, plus another 3 for aiming for turn with a scope, let's say. You hear the impact of a bullet. Funnily enough, you did not hear a gunshot. As Charlie's head snaps backwards. Charlie considers for half a second and decides he's loyal to the clan. He's already out on a limb here, so he leaves you there.
When I realize that he's trying to leave, can I try to dominate him?
You can try and dominate him.
Yeah, I would just put a freeze.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. He's already turning around, so you won't have eye contact, but you can try. Go ahead and roll manipulation intimidation.
Spend willpower.
He's already
You
spending
can't.
ignore
You spend
penalties.
power to ignore wound, but
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't think that works very well in this
Yeah,
situation.
it doesn't at all, in fact, because he's already been damaged and his life is in direct danger. He leaves. You're able to pat yourself out. The fire doesn't do any more damage. And you see a figure coming out from one of the nearby buildings, still holding a rifle with a nice shiny scope on it. Walks over to you, holds out a hand.
I take his hand. Oh, I'm Milford. Pleasure to meet you, friend.
A pleasure
thanks for the help.
indeed. So, this is awkward, and I think he was gonna kill you. So, I think I am gonna ask for a major boon for this. I'm not gonna screw you completely by asking for a life boon, but I might need something from you one day.
It's fine. When I get more money in the city, I think I will have a great deals of ways of helping you.
Good, good, excellent. I'm glad you're not an asshole about this. One hears things.
Kick. Kick.
Hold on, what's your name?
Nassar, you might hear of me. I'm the local Assamite. I make problems go away on occasion.
Oh, well then, I think that's will probably be owning more for you later, if you're really good at making the problems disappear.
Yes, I'm currently engaged on another task, which is why I happen to be here, but certainly I'm always looking for more work.
Just get closer to him. So, what's your opinion about the Tremere?
Officially, no comment. Unofficially, they're complete cunts from what I hear.
Oh, glad we are on the same page. One of their elders just tried to kill me while she was in a public party, and she was still talking with the prince on making peace and being friendly on the city. Fucking assholes.
That is rather horrifying that they would dare to do this. No shame at all.
But yeah, I must thank you. Whenever you need me, just contact me. Whenever I do need you, I will contact you. But I think it will be a while. I will let you finish your task.
Yes, he actually pulls out a business card and hands it over. It says that he's a specialized exterminator.
Sounds about right.
I like this guy.
Call me anytime after nightfall. There's also a fax number on there if I'm not in.
Yeah, I will keep that in mind. Now I think I need to go to my place and fortify it.
Yeah,
You
do
yourself,
that.
flamethrowers.
I can ask while handling something else, but I won't hold out much hope.
Get. I can probably improvise one.
After you pay your debt to me, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Don't worry. It's for the future.
Sure.
I will start with spike barricades.
Okay, well, have a good night.
You too.
He heads back towards one of the buildings. You can see him starting to disassemble the rifle. Put it in various pockets.
I just linked to my home and cry until I sleep. Actually, I can't cry. I don't have any blood, so I'm going to sleep again. Actually, I think I'm going to go in. Or
I think you need
Yeah,
to be
you're about to hit.
I think you need to be the
You're about to
creepy.
hit hunger torpor.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
to be the creepy guy in the park, jumping up from the bushes.
how bad would be my appearance right now?
Burn victim.
It's not burned victim. It's a charred corpse, more like.
Yeah, I just wanted to go to the Prince Tower and just go to torpor there.
Here's the thing. She's probably gonna pour Malkavian blood into you.
Fuck.
Well, it works.
Mm,
How bad could it be, Bacon, if you try to hunt now?
very bad. I think I learned enough to know that my chances to just trying to go to the Prince Tower and staying there and owing a lot to her are better than trying to hunt.
The mortals there
I
were
didn't realize that-
assholes. They don't necessarily know you have to make it to the top floor of a secure building in your current state. The people down
Yes.
below, like the security, let you in previously.
That's why I was going to the second best plan. Tick and grow. The Elysium. It would be probably safer there.
Okay, you are heading to the Elysium. How much do you have in Dex Drive, if anything?
Currently, -1.
I think you had to take public transportation, didn't you? Because you don't have retainers either.
Yep, I still did.
Okay, Bacon, let me explain to you how public transportation works. There's usually at least one person inside the transportation unit.
Can you just
Uh-oh.
count this as
Take that.
part of his destiny point that he can get up to, like, I don't know, the top of the tower or the Getting Grill, wherever? Can we just say that's part of his destiny?
I'm not
that
gonna
he
fuck
somehow
him
got
too
there?
horribly epic, but no, I want him to score. This is the good
I
part.
have-
This is where it pays
have
off for me.
I have an argument for Bacon. See, even if there's only one person, right? There's always also one person who's that weird guy who sits in the back. You can be that, Bacon.
Isn't that one charred corpse in the back?
Hey, I mean, it works.
I had more clothes and hide my face.
I think your clothes are currently part of your body. That's kind of how the
Yeah.
flames work.
Bacon,
That's why I
roll
want
me
those.
a luck die. Okay. Okay, you know what, I'll be merciful. After a fashion, with a 3. You hear a groan from one of the nearby alleys. There's now a bum looking at you with a shocked expression from his dirty pile of, a bum nest.
Perfect opportunity to get clothes.
Of course, he
And-
can't those. He can't eat a bum. It's not underage or female in this case.
Yep. It has clothes.
You can probably cobble something together, but it's looking at you with bloodshot eyes in complete shock and horror at the moment.
I would try to dominate it.
Okay. What do you say?
Give me your clothes.
Okay. That automatically fails because that would involve going closer to you and he thinks you're a monster. That is probably gonna kill him.
Okay, so it would be take off our clothes and get out of here.
You can try and put it like that. But he has now pulled out a broken bottleneck and is vaguely brandishing it in your direction. Wheezing something
horrible thing
about
is, if he
stay away, please, stay away.
Damage, you're fucked.
Could I hear? I could try to use 1 point of thaumaturgy, so I get 1 more wound, I get incapacitated, and die. It's a good idea.
I'll try dying. That's a good trick.
The bum just sees the corpse just lay down. Is it
Okay,
dead?
so they linked to the Gangrel area before the sun goes up.
You could try walking. It will be close, but you can probably make it.
Yeah, I would do that.
Do you wish to try and hunt along the way?
Nope,
Okay then.
I don't want to get more kills on the city.
Bacon. Give me 2 straight luck rolls. As you go on your epic odyssey.
The poor luck is just harsh this session.
Okay, what's a suitable random encounter? You know, a kind woman, tries to convince you to step into, like, a cafe that's, open, so she can call the ambulance. She keeps trying to convince you that you're in shock.
Who knows? You might actually be in shock, but hey, that's still not a good idea.
I'm pretty sure that I am in shock. Nope. I tried to ignore her.
Please, please, sir, those burns! You need to be in a hospital!
Or grave. Either way.
Brave is better. It doesn't break the masquerade.
So what are you doing?
I dominate her to leave me.
Okay. Give me a roll for that at 3.
Oh, but 1 penalties. And only 1 die. Well, risk it or just spend 1 willpower and succeed.
You're on the hospitals! That's so true! Yeah, no, if you go to a hospital, you die horribly.
This is true.
know.
You end up at the hospitals, you just die. Again. Wow, this is a deadly situation.
Okay, I'll
Suddenly-
losing that willpower point on my dominate and automatically succeeds on it.
Okay, then she leaves you alone. Until you're out of sight as you hobble onwards towards your destination, 1 step at a time. And I think my connection is derping again.
You sound fine.
Okay, well, the stream did work out for a second there. Alright, so, you eventually make it to the Gangrel Elysium in the morning. Meanwhile, back at the party, while someone is nearly dying, okay. Whew. Let's see. Epic. You are gonna discuss exactly what it would take for Demi to wake, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. Tia leads you into a side room, just sits down without waiting for your permission.
Why? We're not in my place.
Yeah. Motions for you to please sit. It essentially, she's acting as if you're equals, but if anything, she's slightly above you.
I've never cared about that shit. Right. So, what's needed to try and see about getting some help with getting Halfdan woken up fairly quickly?
Okay, I could spare a bit of my blood. It might work. Here's the thing. I don't care about this town, and I don't care about any of you here frankly owing me anything. What does affect me is how well my mission is carried out and how well the clan does after me trying to clean this up. So essentially what it would take is, well, boons owed to the new regent, whoever they might end up being.
How much of a boon or boons would this require?
Well, with the full understanding that boons owed by you would be far more valuable, I would say that either 2 major boons owed by Halfdan or 1 major from Halfdan and 1 moderate from you. Given the rarity of blood, as close to Cain as mine.
Sounds mostly okay. I'm not sure if Halfdan would really go for it, but a boon's a boon that's owed, so. Just to the new regent, whoever they may be?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the only way I would have an issue with this is if it is a regent that
Our previous
wouldn't be
agreement
able to try and.
holds. I will,
Okay.
of course, still recommend that it be someone that is appropriately civilized, say.
Then I would have no issue with this personally. It makes sense. The only thing would be I'm not sure how long Halfdan would normally go into torpor. I think he'd go pretty quick, so I'm not sure if a major would be completely what's required.
I
Would it be
have
possible for a
heard.
couple of moderates instead?
Well, maybe, but here's the thing. I think you are overestimating Halfdan. I have heard tales and I have spoken to a certain Zimitzi. So, I have some notion of exactly what kind of things he has been doing in the last few.
I don't know when the last time he went into torpor is. I don't know how long it'll really take. Some of his actions recently may have negatively affected how well he can stay away.
There's also the fact that there is a certain, shall we say, conquest of his that seems to have a issue with him.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think he
I
would
see.
appreciate
Well-
being awake to fight back, as it were.
Well, I think this is a fairly reasonable agreement then. I'm still not sure how much he'd agree with it, but as long as our previous agreement with the regent follows through, then this should be fine.
So I take it it will be a moderate from you and a major from Halfdan, as opposed to putting it all on him?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It was partly my fault for what situation he's in the first place, so I'll certainly take some of the flack here.
Well, the person I was keeping an eye on has probably run away, pissing himself in fear by now, so I have no problem with waking him right now, or attempting to.
Okay, thank you. I'll start standing up to lead her over towards the car where I'm holding Halfdan.
There's a scorch mark on the pavement as you go outside.
I'm just gonna talk to her along the way. So about that Ventrue that you were staring at, so
Yes, we know of him from elsewhere, I believe. He has insulted the clan and is, with various levels of justification, perhaps slightly afraid of us now.
well, Well, hopefully it's not anything too bad.
Give me a
Don't want anything happening
perception
in the
empathy
city.
roll here.
How good are your lies? Huh? How good are they? Tell me.
You're pretty sure that she's very carefully leaving things out. I'm not even gonna bother rolling for her. But her eyes do flicker over to the scotch mark when you know, mention these things.
Okay, I'm not going to really have too much of an issue with you guys trying to get back or anything like that, but don't go around trying to cause any final deaths. I will have an issue with that. Quite a bit.
Okay, fair enough. From this moment onward, I will give no such orders.
I think B is just going to raise a very obvious eyebrow at her.
She just shrugs.
Well, I suppose that's what I'll get. Just be ready for any repercussion for anyone that does so.
I'll make sure that if they do decide to take matters in their own hands, they know to send someone disposable. Completely straight face as she says this. Bites her wrist, starts pouring some blood into Halfdan's throat. Demi!
Hey! How
You
are
wait!
just instantly, or does it taking a while?
It's not instantly. You gain 2 extra blood points. The third one that she spends gets burned in waking you. There's a Tremere bitch pouring blood in your throat above you.
What was her name? Ophelia, right?
Aurelia.
Yep,
Oh,
you
there we
recognize her.
Yeah, I did talk to her.
Hello.
Hello, Aurelia.
Hello, Teddy.
Question: do I actually have a blanket and a pillow?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
God bless. I see that you've woken me. Thank you.
So since we're
do
among
I-
friends here, do you
I
often go
suppose.
around fucking demons?
Oh, I see that you know that. No.
Good, good. By the way, as far as the deal I just made with Vivian is concerned, you're gonna owe a major boon to the new regent. You're welcome.
Well, that what comes around goes around, it seems. Joe, I do have a small proposition instantly that I may offer. Would I be able to lower it or potentially if I were to return some of the Chantry's books that were lended to me by the Lord herself?
I will ask the Lord about this, but I was not informed of you having any books you're not supposed to have, so for now I would assume that they were intended as a gift for services rendered, I would assume. So no.
Very well. Very well. I'm going to proceed to get the blanket off me and get out of the fucking car.
Your chest aches.
Little hands try and help you out.
That would be nice.
Hi, Alvin. Sorry about this. Part of the deal is that I will owe a moderate boon.
I thank you. I do kind of realize that my actions were maybe a bit rash. But thank you once again.
We have some things to talk about once you get your feet under you again. Sorry about how all that went down. It put me in a very hard position.
Yeah, just out of character question, I'm at crippled, right? It should
Yeah.
be at crippled,
Yes.
right?
When you pop out of torpor, if it was from damage, you always wake at crippled.
Right.
Aurelia, meanwhile, is focusing off somewhere in the darkness in one of the dark alleys that seem to fill every city, IST.
All right.
Uh,
Why are these bright lights everywhere?
I think that bat over there is watching us.
Bat? Did she say bat or did she say something else?
She said bat.
Just say that. Interesting.
But
I suppose we should head inside.
You can put
Yeah,
together that yes, Maxim's light form is a bat.
I'm in danger.
We'll find out in a moment.
Yeah, I'm going to follow in. Oh wait, I'm going in the wrong Elysium. Help.
We're going into a private room. Not only that, you technically have enough status that you should be invited, technically.
He's
Yeah.
not invited, but they'll let him in. He passes face control. Technically. The fledgling
just-
reluctantly steps aside for you.
By the way, since I actually do have surprisingly some blood, I'm going to heal the cripple that was lethal, just so I don't hobble as
Yeah.
much.
There's just like a burning and now itching band across your chest. You look down. It
I wonder what
there's
that is.
wounds there that you don't remember getting those.
I'll check them later when I get naked and I'm going to disappear.
Okay, you head on inside. So, everyone, you see the glorious gangrel Primogen, risen from the dead, walk into Elysium. In a shirt that
Injured.
doesn't quite fit. Kind of dirty. Wild. Ambling like a bear.
Gonna frown at him.
Perfect.
I just lead him off to go to a private room real quick so we can have our discussion without
Ow.
too much, you know.
Me being me, I'm just going to give a quick nod and just follow Vivian.
There we go, Debbie. I brought you back from torpor. Welcome back.
Okay, you head into a
Well-
private room. Do you ask Aurelia to join you? Because she's intending to head back to the party if you don't need her.
Oh, no, not at all. You can go to the party.
Okay. You go into
You did what I wanted to.
into a private room, and the Nosferatu Primogen happily deobfuscates next to the two of you.
That's fine. Okay, so
Hello, Michelle.
I did manage to get in contact with the demon, and we have come to an agreement to stay out of each other's way.
What's the catch?
She wants one-on-one time with you without, you know, death being on the table.
The Nosferatu
I-
Primogen makes a rude gesture. One of her hands is making an okay sign, and the other with two fingers just going through the circle she's making, and she's just looking you in the eye, Demi.
I have been assured that nothing of permanence would happen while you are in her care, either, you know, physically or mentally. But she really wants, you know, one-on-one time for all the shits that has gone down.
This is going to kill me, so I'm going to have to say
Nope.
no.
It won't kill you. I have been assured.
Assured by
Yeah.
said bitch.
As far as I know, she hasn't broken any word of hers.
Oh, then you can stay in the sewers for, say, a moderate boon for each year you stay down there. We'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Thank you for the offer, Michelle. I'll think about it.
Your sense of smell
Sarcastically.
should go dead after a 5 or 6 months.
I do say that
You
sarcastically.
don't need to go and meet her immediately or anything like that. I got her to at least agree to, giving some time before needing thing. But she does expect to meet you, and for you not to try and kill her during.
By the way, did the two of you know that Lumia tried to torch one of the new Ventru just now?
I had a very high suspicion.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I think they pissed him
Do you know
off.
who was
Or
that
he-
did the torching?
Yeah, I do. She doesn't volunteer a name.
I didn't ask her to.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Vivian, why don't we just, end her once and for all so she doesn't provide any problems anymore?
Well, for one, every time that has been attempted that has been put forth to end her, as you so put it, has ended up so far in people running away or trying to kill each other and or ending up over with a werewolf hostage.
Please, I would like you to consider that the Tremere attempt by William is not an actual attempt. My attempt
Your
was
attempt-
very rash and fitting to myself.
Second attempt. What about your second attempt?
What's
Third time the charm? Is that what you're trying to go for?
the second attempt? She was the one who catched me off guard, okay?
Did she try
See-
and kill you?
Potentially.
Halfdan, has she at any point engaged by trying to kill you?
Well, there was the first time, so it was kind of mutual.
Halfdan, you tried to kill her first. You leapt at her.
You did specify what did she ever engage me, and I said yes, she did.
Yes, she engaged you, but I said first, not in response.
All I'm saying is that if we make that's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie.
And he got stuck. Supersonic squeaking.
Oh god bless Maxim.
Let's see how much blood he currently has. He's gonna spend a point on 3 potents in bat form to rip through that window. You hear a faint crash and tinkle, tinkle, tinkle from slightly deeper in.
That's hilarious. But, But-
Ways.
yes.
Uh,
So, Halfdan, can't you at least just try and talk and see if you can't come to an agreement?
you know this is probably not going to work, and we're all
I
going to
think
get
there's
fucked.
I think there's a really good chance they'll work just fine. There's similar arrangements across the world with similar, well, not quite the same entities, but similar situations.
Right.
You're so getting sold.
Yeah, no shit. I don't know that I'm being sold fully, though.
To be fair, I didn't actually state that I could
Yeah,
make him do anything. I just said that I wouldn't do anything about it, basically.
This this is going to go so horribly, and I know it. I also know it. I'll give it a try, just for what you've done for me. But if anything absolutely goes any tiny bit wrong, and it isn't my fault this time, can we please enter?
If she becomes a big issue, yes, if that will be what we end up doing.
I mean, she already kind of is an issue.
And we're trying to make sure she isn't such an issue.
Okay, I think
Then
this
let's-
has been resolved. The Nostrado Primgen stands up. Excuse me. I'm gonna go and pour some more sewage into Andrew's couches.
Okay, good luck.
Oh my god.
I'm going to have that, still face, like no emotions, like okay.
Although before you go, in case you have any information on this, there is one more issue, and I got alerted of this just yesterday, and I've been trying to follow up on it a bit. Some of the Gangrel are currently being held hostage by the Sabbat in the south somewhere.
Oh Christ! Looks at how. Did you do anything right?
Vivian will actually look somewhat confused at that. What did that have to do with Halfdan?
See if she already knows the details. Oh, didn't you hear? He lost them while he was off killing the gators to get Archie's corpse back.
I didn't know that, no. Okay. Well, Halfdan, apparently the two you lost are currently being held hostage by the Sabbat and being tortured horribly.
By the Sabbat.
Yes, to the south.
Well, that changes things, because when we lost them, we were holding a sort of loosely tight fallen. We thought we were evading hunters, and now really glad to know that we stumbled upon some Sabbat remains.
I think they might be fairly new, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I was going to see about sending a general warning about avoiding the south for a little while until we get something to try and take care of the situation. So far, all I got are some reports about people's bodies being torn by animals and found in trash. I got some locations for those.
We've had reports. I think we've told you, at least Kurt did, that there were reports of bodies being thrown at the riverside. This could be them doing the same, then, right?
Could be related. Impossible.
Well, we have a lot of problems, but I think we should start handling them. Fine, I'll do and talk with the bitch. And then
One
we'll
of the
see
things
what
I'm
the spot-
particularly worried about right now is that I'm not sure what people we can actually bring to this at the moment. Everyone's currently still dealing with all of the things that have been going on.
By the way, how long have I been out?
Oh, yesterday.
Oh,
You went
What did you
into
say?
corporate yesterday.
I didn't think much has changed. Yes, we don't have much of a manpower pool. Kurt himself is also handling many things, and it's not like we can really rely on his hounds fully.
Yep.
We might have to do
So
this
we'll either have
subtly.
to do this fairly solo or trying to do this, yeah, with a fairly subtle kind of way.
Yes.
Can think of one real easy way to go about this, in some ways.
Have you checked in on the Sabbat tonight, Epic? I don't think you have.
Nope, yet.
Okay, let
I
me
would've
know if
told
you
you.
do.
I was planning to do it after all this and see if I could get more info.
Okay.
I figured it was more important to see about getting some things in motion first.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, that's
Currently,
right now.
as you may see, a bit injured and lacking blood. If I can just refill and recuperate a little bit.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
He went off to recuperate.
Uh,
He is now gone.
Rage quit.
God damn it, fucking internet. Do you guys hear me?
No, he's, yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
Okay.
No, he just went off to recuperate, right? Yeah.
Okay. Just let me get some blood and recuperate. Let's go deal with this bitch. I'll even be polite about it.
All I could imagine, honestly, Debbie, was just suddenly while Halvdan's in the middle of talking, it just says, "Data loss. Now attempting to recover."
Is your aspects on, Vivian?
Yep.
Okay, roll perception alertness
Yep,
at 3.
So before he heads off, I do mention, do be somewhat careful. I think there are still some people feeling some urges for last night. So try and avoid going at your usual spots for night if you can.
Would that include my haven as well, then?
Probably.
Would it be too much of a problem to ask if I may stay over at yours place?
Wouldn't be a problem.
Thank you.
Oh, it was awareness?
Alertness.
Oh, alertness! My better thing. Difficulty?
3. Okay. Just need to make sure that I think feral claws could be grown on.
Yes, they can be on animals if you're looking for that. I remember this.
It's ambiguous. So you can put them on both hands and feet. So we're gonna say that putting them on feet is just optional when you summon them.
I do definitely remember you can in animal form have feral claws out. But yes, feet as well.
Okay, so Vivian, you listen. Weird crunchings. Yeah, you've heard this like once before from a gangrel. There's someone using the claws to walk across the ceiling, and they're right above the door.
Oh, cool. So if they're right above there, wait, just walking on the ceiling? Okay.
Not walking on the ceiling so much as crawling on the ceiling.
Yep. So I just grab Halvdan's hand and just lead him over to the window, open it up for him. Just go out this way. That'll be better.
Is there a drop or is it kind of on the ground?
Yes, it's a drop. It's like 10 stories up. This is a penthouse, bitch.
You are so fun.
I don't think.
This is better, trust me. Just trust me, this is a better way.
Alley-oop.
What's the guitar part again?
I'm going to use the single point of fortitude. I don't have blood.
I hope you get torpid on this.
I really hope I don't.
It's super unlikely he'll get torpid.
You
from
hear a
this,
thud
so-
from the other side of the door. Like someone dropping down. Demi,
Yes.
roll to soak. As you see the ground
Okay.
approaching towards you at a fast speed.
That's what I
7,
thought
5.
too.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no, I
connection
soaked
there.
this. I soaked this. I have 3 successes on the soak.
I
It didn't
can't
come
see-
through on my side.
Oh, well.
Let me reload.
Yeah, I can.
There it is.
I see 2 successes on the soak.
Well,
Yeah,
I
it's two.
spent 1 on fortitude.
So 3, so you take 1.
Oh, was
If-
lethal?
Oh, it
Shit.
was lethal?
Yeah, it's lethal.
You're high enough up that yes, it's lethal. At this
Okay,
rate, it
I
I
is
didn't think that was
lethal.
100 feet.
I'm fucking back and crippled. And if I heal up this cripple, I get to 3 points, which means I'm in hunger.
Maxim, meanwhile,
Okie dokie,
is
then you
knocking on the door politely.
Yeah. Just a quick question. How high was this? I thought this was only.
Well, 10 floors up, and each floor is.
You said 3.
I didn't.
I heard 10.
Oh, I heard 3. I could have sworn you said 3.
No.
Okay, my bad.
No, he did say 10 floors up.
I still would have recommended the same thing, except I would have recommended switching to animal form.
1 blood point would have allowed you to mist form, Demi. You're a moron.
Hey, you know me, I always fucking forget that that's even a protein power.
You know what? I'm fine with this. This is just Debbie forgetting the mist and the animal form stuff. That's fine.
What is protein 4 or 5? I only know protein 3 and 6.
Okay,
But yeah, I'll go and answer the door. Hello?
Maxim is there.
After closing the window. I
Yeah.
close the window first.
Clothes are obviously out. Vivian. I was just looking for my primogen.
Oh! Trying to look for him? Yeah.
Yes, he's gone
I saw him
missing.
earlier. We had a nice discussion and everything. What did you need him for?
We have a previous discussion to finish.
Oh, okay. Well, he already left, so he's somewhere else. If you
He
want,
looks up
go look
towards the
around.
window.
I'm not sure where he is, though. I closed the window. There's no evidence.
Yeah, no, but he sees there's a window there. Well, it's too bad I missed him. I just have to keep looking then.
Maybe he's in one of these other rooms. Time to take advantage of my fucking lying stat.
What would he be doing in the room? I didn't hear about any female Ventru in this meeting.
You haven't seen any of the Toreador here? Not only that, Camilla's coming to town.
Okay, that will trigger intelligence politics roll. If he knows who Camilla is, then you've just won this engagement.
Watch. I believe.
Nope. A straight up failure. Who's Camilla?
Oh. She's a friend of mine. Very, very pretty.
Oh,
She's saying she's gonna stay here for a few weeks. She's currently talking to people if you want to go talk with her.
I thought you just said that he was in one of the private rooms, possibly with your friend. He's talking with people.
I said possibly. Last I saw that me and him were just talking and he just left. So he could be about anywhere in here.
Hmm. He seems thoughtful, but he does head towards the rest of the party.
Where he discovers there's actually quite a few females in here. Huh. Interesting.
The Nosferatu Primogen has pulled out a small glass jar. There's brown liquid in it. He's thoughtfully shaking it. She obfuscates and goes out into the main room.
Well, off to the main room with me too. I hear a spectacle about to begin.
Okay, give me a wits self-control at 4.
All right.
Okay, you are fine. Let's check for the fun people first. So, you knew how to expect. For the rest of them, it's gonna be at a 6. For wits self-control. Player characters. Who has Auspex active?
I do.
Control?
Yeah,
Every-
I think most people do.
Everyone who has Auspex active and is still in the room needs to roll, because a fresh wave of something truly foul from the bowels of the sewers has just been unleashed in the room.
But yeah, do I need to roll?
If you have Auspex active, Jackalor, which I assume you
Somebody-
do, so since you would probably be listening in.
Yeah, I
Difficulty
have
6.
You said with self-control?
Yes. Luca, is your Auspex active for the...
Yeah, it is. I'll roll in a moment here.
Then with self-control at 6 as well, from you.
Poor Luca.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That's
You-
unfortunate.
You start gagging. The smell, which
I
was
turned
more
off
of
my-
a suggestion before this, now it seems to be everywhere. The jar was about 2/3 full when you last saw it. She had probably dosed some parts of the place with it, but now it looks like she's used the rest of it in one fell swoop.
I'm gonna make my way towards the door.
Party's over!
I think everyone agrees that the party is now over.
There's people throwing up a little in their mouths, trying to hold it down. It's for the most part, except for Jackalor, it's obvious who has and who hasn't got Auspex.
That is such an ingenious Nosferatu plan. I fucking love it. You know they have Auspex, so you dump the worst thing ever in their Elysium.
You know, when most people have left, the Nosferatu Primogen deobfuscates and just leans in and kisses Andrew on the cheek while he watches in shock. And just says, "Such a lovely party, I was so glad to attend. Thank you, I had so much fun."
I think this is a frenzy check.
It might be, actually.
I do think that Phoebe is probably just in the middle somewhere because she wants to see what's going on in both.
Yeah, probably.
This is an 8 because this is public humiliation and he's spending his willpower as long as his willpower will last because he doesn't want to lose this one. So that's 2 successes. Another point of willpower. That's 4. And he's out of willpower. He succeeds.
Oh,
He just
Good job.
through clenched teeth force out. Thank you so much for coming. Please, come again.
that's the perfect response.
So, Luca and Jackalor, give me charismatic rolls for schmoozing at difficulty 6.
Spend a point of willpower on this.
Okay. And Luca?
I have
Forceful, yes.
forceful. I would apply. But yeah, I would forceful apply.
Probably not in this case. Do you have something for etiquette? No, you don't.
No, I do not.
This isn't really a forceful venue. Luca, are you there?
Yes.
I am. Yeah.
Give me a charismatic roll at 6 for schmoozing.
Let's see here. Would high society apply?
Yes. Until the shit bomb was unleashed, this was definitely a high society shindig.
That's one success.
Okay, so yeah, one success, you've met everyone here, you've been friendly, you now can essentially count yourself as knowing these people in character. Jacklor, do you have a contacts rating?
I do not.
You may add 1 dot of contact, with Camilla being your major contact.
Am I adding another dot? Thing is that
No, you would
be
have
at least
needed more
50.
success to actually raise contacts. You've
Gotcha.
essentially made friendly acquaintance with all of these people.
Alrighty.
But yeah, you can certainly get in contact with them and not be turned away at the door. And some of them you would certainly have the contact information for.
Alright.
And yeah, you would also have an idea as to which of them matter. In particular, well, other than the Toreador Nosferatu Primogen, Camilla, Mitchell, and Aurelia would be the most high status / most important people here that aren't player characters.
Alright.
Also, why don't the both of you give me perception alertness roll? For our hearing things, the base is going to be 8, but it's going to be reduced by your aspect since you both had it active.
Well.
Well, shit. Yeah.
Wow, Jack, this is rude of you. Jack would have been spreading his curse to Luca.
Jackalor, if you would.
Real
Perception.
mean.
Actually, you rolled that wrong. You had your aspects active, so it would be at the lower difficulty.
So you said
6.
perception what?
Perception alertness, base of 8, reduced by your aspects rating since you had it running. So you have 2 aspects, so it would be reduced to 6, Luca.
Alright.
Because-
There we are.
Out on me.
Perception alertness difficulty ace at 8 as a base, reduce it with aspects.
Yeah, you're cutting out on me a lot.
For fuck.
Time to type it for him.
Do you get it now, Jackalor? Wow, He's lighting up and yet no words are coming out. So I
Thank
think
you.
this might be my connection in this case.
No, it's Jack fucking up.
Cutting off a little bit with me, but it's not really that bad.
I'm dropping frames on my end, so it's definitely mine as well.
Ah,
Rip.
Jacklor, you there?
I mean, it says he's talking, but I'm not hearing that.
Fucking damn it. And there goes the connection. Okay.
I think.
Jacklor,
And hear you now.
you know what? Before I start handing out information, why don't we take a break, hope the internet unfuckens itself, and then we can wrap up. You know, normally.
Yep.
There we go.